Hi all, it's a beautiful evening here at Chestnuts in Suffolk, so I thought that I'd take the opportunity to show you my greenhouse. Let's go and have a look inside and see what's going on. First thing we come to are my trays of vegetable seeds. As you know, I'm normally really a flower grower, but given everything that's going on this year, I felt that vegetables are definitely the way to go. These I probably sowed towards the end of last week, and already we're getting pretty good germination. No extra heat, this is a cold greenhouse. First up is actually flower seeds. These are tiny, tiny little seeds of oxeye daisies. You literally just scatter them on the surface of the seed tray. Don't put anything over them, and a few days later you can see these little tiny babies coming up. I've got parsley, coriander, cabbages, what's this one? Florence fennel growing there, spring greens, cauliflower, kale, lots of greens. I think there's chard in here somewhere, yep, red chard there. So plenty of vegetables just germinating, ready to go into the garden. Looking at things going along the back here, it's mainly things that were sown probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago, so they've been around a bit longer than these trays here. Some of them are doing better than others, but they'll all catch up. Over in the far corner we have broad beans and peas. That's my third sowing of these, so I have another set out in the cold frames and a set ready to go straight into the garden. We've got flower seeds, gypsophilia, asters at the back here, lettuces coming up, spring cabbages, everybody's favourite creme brulee, so phlox creme brulee there, tiny little plants. Not as good as these ones, so this is cherry caramels, sown at the same time but much bigger, but these will catch up, we've just got to be patient. Lovely salad coming along here, ready to eat, so in another week or so we'll be able to eat freely from those, probably get 2 or 3 pickings before that tray's done. And I've got my pea shoots coming up here as well, so that's another tray of pea shoots. Right at the front, these are Amimagus, which were sown a month ago, I would say, maybe 3 weeks. These definitely are ready to be pricked out now into bigger pots. They're nice little plants, so it's easy to go through them, pick out individual plants and put them into just a bigger pot and then put them outside in the cold frame to harden off. Same with these scabious, quite a nice size here just to prick out. We've also got Cobius scandens, which is my favourite autumn climber. Starts to flower about September time. You have to be very, very patient, but it's worth it when it does. And also worth looking at, reach over, my strawberry plants starting to flower. Along the back wall, we have the spring and winter sunshine sweet peas. These were sown in October, they were planted in the ground in December. They're on my lovely AgriFrames runner beam frame, which has been here for probably 8 years and is still going really well. Supported on jute netting, nice and easy. You can cut it down and put it in the compost when you're finished with them. Flowers will probably go on well into June if I leave them, but I will clear this space to put the tomatoes in sometime towards the end of May. Moving on down, last of the greenhouse tulips here. This is tulip menton. I could cut them for the house, but I'm just enjoying the colour here at the moment. I've got some pots of hostas, which I repotted just the other day. The old pots were absolutely full of ants' nests, so it's definitely a good idea now and then to turn your pots out, just check that everything's nice and healthy. So I've got rid of all the ants' nests, put them in fresh compost. Hopefully when they're ready to go, they're going to look lovely this year. And just along the back here, I have dahlias. Now, it's not ideal to have your dahlias like this in a warm greenhouse. They're going to be sprouting far too quickly, but because of the problems I had with my other greenhouse, these have had to be moved in here as an emergency step. I'll just have to see how it goes and we'll get them outside as soon as possible. Now let's go and sow some seeds. As I've got somebody filming for me tonight, I thought, well, I'd take the opportunity to show you actually how I sow some seeds. So given that we're into April now, we're sowing half hardies, very, very tender plants. Not the most tender, but quite tender. I've got Cosmos Double Click Rose here, which is one of my favourite Cosmos. And I've also got courgettes. So the yellow courgettes, again, family favourite, we always have to have these. So the Cosmos seed, we're going to sow straight into plugs. If the seed was much smaller, I'd start off with a half-size seed tray. That's best for things like Amimagus, which are quite small seed, and just fill the seed tray, sprinkle the seed over the top, cover it with a little bit of soil, and then let it germinate and prick it out later when it's a bigger plant. The other option with medium-sized seeds is to go into small plugs like this. But Cosmos like big seeds. I'll just get a few out of my hand for you. There we go. Quite big seeds, easy to pick up individually. So as they're going to grow into big plants and grow quite quickly, I'm going to sow them straight into big plugs. All I do, get some nice holes all the way through, and then individually pick up a seed, pop it in. And that's really all there is to it. Now, just to be on the safe side, once I've sown that one seed, I'll just go through, make another little hole at the side, just sow a second seed, just in case the first one doesn't germinate. I've then got a backup. If they both germinate, I can either separate them if I feel like I need more Cosmos, or I can just prick it out and get rid of it. So cover them over with soil, and that's it. One row of Cosmos done. Most important thing when you've done that is label it. So I need my pen, I need my label. We always reuse these, so they are plastic, but we have a pile over in the corner of used ones. They'll get washed once or twice a year, put back in and used again. So I write on here, Cosmos, double click, rose. Put it in the end there, and then I'm not going to forget that that row is double click rose. Now we'll move on to my favourite yellow courgettes. These are really big seeds and they're going to be big plants. So I put them straight into quite big pots. So I always do 2 to a pot, again, germination. If one doesn't germinate, I've got another germinate to germinate as a backup. So 2 holes in my pot, pop the seeds in, cover them up, and it's done. All I need to do is label them, water them, and then I'll pop them in the propagator. As soon as they germinate, you get them out of the propagator, put them on the greenhouse staging, and then when they're looking reasonably sized plants, move them out into the cold frames, harden them off, and they can go out in the garden. So thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful. I'll bring you back in a couple of weeks' time so we can see what's going on. And now I'm just going to cut some of these lovely sweet peas and take them in to enjoy in the house.